Hey guys, what's up? This is Snowboard Joe 98 here, and also sometimes the Tree Diddler. This is one of the ones for the health healing herbs and stuff, and mushrooms, I guess. So I'm at this beautiful property. I just hung out on the stream a little bit here, and I'm walking along this trail, and what do I see here? What's this? What's this? These are really cool. These are called Reishi Mushroom. Red Reishi Mushroom. They almost look like a fake plastic. These are going to get bigger. Show it to you and kind of do some AMSR here. I don't know if you can hear the stream or not. So these mushrooms will end up looking like this. These are old ones of it. Okay. And usually they'll have a white ring around like here. But these are old ones. And what this is a hemlock tree that is busted at the top. And these mushrooms are consuming it. Here's the other part of the tree. I don't know how long this tree has been here, or really what the deal is. The lady that owns the property said she really likes these being here. But like I said, these will all grow to about, you know, this size, but they'll almost be like a shiny, fake-looking plastic. It'll almost be like cartoonish looking. But I'll walk down and sit near the water so we can hear that. Kind of do a little AMSR type vibe going here. So reishi mushroom, or red reishi, is a really powerful mushroom. They call it sometimes the mushroom of immortality, the mushroom of spiritual enlightenment, the mushroom of abundance sometimes. A little waterfall we got going on here. And in fact, in ancient China, a lot of these come from China, and this folklore and whatnot comes from China. If you were a peasant and had this, you would go to jail. It was only meant for royalty, and it's still, to this day, is still kind of associated with royalty and things like that. And so what do you do with it? Well, you would take, I'll make a video of how to harvest it, but I want them to get a little bigger. See if the lady's okay with it. I think she will be. And I'll show, and you know, I'll give some to her as well. But why is it's good? It's good because it's called an adaptogenic mushroom. So that means if your body's running too cold, it'll warm it up. If it's running too hot, it'll cool it down. But it's also a very calming anti-anxiety mushroom. It's not a psychedelic mushroom. You do not have a trip from it. But it does help keep your mood on an even keel, and you feel really relaxed. Okay, I'll just film this waterfall a little bit and walk up to it, which is good. So it does that, but it's also, like a lot of other mushrooms, very anti-cancer, very anti-inflammatory. They feed the immune system. Okay, mushrooms are feeding the immune system with long chains sugars called polysaccharides. And they're loaded with polysaccharides, big time, big time. That's like one of the #1 reasons why people take this stuff. So what you do with it is you will take it off, and I'll make another video about it, but you basically consume it as a tea. And you can consume it as a tea many times a day if you want. It tastes very bitter. Now, bitter is good. In the West or other places, we want things like, oh, this has to taste like candy and ice cream and sugar. No. The human body has more receptors for bitter than sweet by quite a bit. And we use bitters. We want to detect bitters because bitters are its own class of herbs, first of all. Its own like classification. But bitters are what help our body digest. They're more medicinal. They more break things down. They help us. That's why medicines usually taste what? Bitter. That's why people say, oh, you need a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine go down. Why? Because it's bitter. Sugar takes out the acidic taste of things. That's why people put it in coffee and whatnot. Why? Because the coffee on its own tastes bitter. Liquor and certain things on their own taste bitter. That's why you add sugars and things to them as the mixer and whatnot. So that being said, it's a very powerful mushroom for preventing mental health issues, because you just feel calm, you feel good, you feel more abundant, and that's a good thing. You feel peaceful. That's why they call it a mushroom of spiritual enlightenment and abundance, because you start to feel more that way if you're taking it a lot. Again, you're not tripping. It's not Alice in Wonderland mushroom. So I'm just gonna let this play too. So another thing with reishi mushroom, it's used in a lot of other things as well. Japanese scientists have used the mycelium of reishi mushrooms to also help create the highway systems that they have. So they're using what's called the mycelium, the spaghetti string parts, all that are underneath that, which they're in the tree and they ultimately go into the ground. And those mycelium spaghetti string type things can actually carry electrical signals. People can hook them up to machines to play music from them, all sorts of things. They have its own intelligence. So what Japanese scientists did is they made the mycelium have to grow around certain obstacles, and they found that it was very efficient at doing it. So they actually adopted certain highway systems for Japan, the freeway system, subway systems, things like that, based off what the mushroom did.